people, this is the missions report number 2 for my trip to El Salvador. I am officially on. I have put $450 thus far towards it, to what I've raised. The missions trip is going to be led by Kelly Coblon and Bonnie Coblon. They are husband and wife. There are about 10 members on the team. Yesterday we had our first main meeting for it. We went over getting to know each other a little bit. Not saying a lot of what we're going to be doing. This will be planned as they get to know us better, and we can send the people that we're working with down there more information. So anyways, let's see. So this is the schedule. I'm not sure how much you can see here of things. You know, we have team training, prayer meetings. Team training is when we meet together and learn stuff about each other and what we're going to be doing. You know, practicing songs or skits or whatever. You know, so each month we got 2 of those, and we have a prayer meeting each month. And of course a payment due each month. And we depart on the 25th. And there's a organization that has stuff that we can bring over to distribute called Soul on Fire. You can look them up online as well, Soul on Fire. I think it's .com or .ca. Check it out. I'll try and find the link and attach it into the description of this. So there's that. Okay, and these are the people that we're going to be working with. A couple missionaries that are already down there. There are their websites, Facebook, Twitter, if you want to know more that way. Again, I'll try and include these in the description. So, they're pretty much always in El Salvador from what I get. Their ministry focus. John and Audrey Van Bell are from Port Perry, Ontario. John has been self-employed contractor for over 25 years. Audrey is a registered pharmacy technician working in pharmacies for over 25 years as well. They have 4 sons. Jonathan and his wife, Gwen, Curtis, Andrew, Travis, and 2 other grandsons, Austin and Tyler. And having arrived in El Salvador in July 2015, John and Audrey are working with King's Castle Ministry. John oversees the construction projects along with construction teams. Audrey works in the pharmacy on the on-site medical clinic and organizes the medical teams that come in and work in the rural areas as they continue to do hands-on ministry and are reaching out to local communities with the love of Jesus Christ. In November 2000, ministry history. And November 2000, John and Audrey completed their first overseas missions trip with a trip to Jamaica. From that time forward, God continued to grow the seed within them to reach others with the gospel through hands-on ministry. In September 2001, they took their first trip to Guatemala to work on the Williams Cornelius Vocational Training Center. I might have visited that when I was in Guatemala on my trip. Over the years, they have led many construction teams to Guatemala. It was on this first trip that God had told Audrey that they would one day do mission trips on a full-time basis. Many years later, in 2011, John and Audrey led a team to El Salvador. God then impressed upon them to do missions full-time. After much prayer and counsel, they were approved as fully appointed global workers in 2012. After a year of preparation and fundraising, they spent 2014 in Costa Rica studying Spanish to prepare them for the work they would do in El Salvador. Okay, so that is about, these are going to be our point people, I believe, in there, our point people. I might try and see whether I can do something with them for live, but I can't guarantee that. Okay, so King's Castle, this is a ministry that they're staying with and where we'll be staying in their complex, at night, sleeping. So, there's a picture of El Salvador. It's a black and white. So, El Salvador is a small country. Understanding El Salvador. El Salvador is a small country on the Pacific side of Central America. El Salvador experiences 2 seasons. Dry season, which is from May to September, and wet season, which is from October to April. Spanish is the spoken language. There are about 7 million people. The vast majority is Catholic. El Salvador endured 12 years of civil war ending in 1992. Although there has been long been over, there is still plenty of residual pain lingering from those 12 years. Poverty, lack of education, violence in the home are the leading issues within El Salvador. Street gangs are violent and force most Salvadorians have to deal with on a daily basis. From walking down the street to riding a city bus to living in different areas of El Salvador. Salvadorians have to negotiate with local gangs. Although El Salvador is plagued with much opposition, making it difficult for people to live simple lives. There's an incredible openness in the people's hearts to the gospel of Jesus Christ is radical, affecting lives in Central America, and King's Castle has an amazing privilege to be in the heart of the action. And then there's a link here for a local newspaper in Spanish. And this is some information on different parts. Let's see. Cultural sensitivity. This is for us more over. Just saying the following guidelines for cultural sensitivity. We're not passing judgment on the following dress items, but we know that things can be misunderstood by Salvadorians and be detrimental to the ministry. Our goal here is not to cause our brothers and sisters to stumble and hinder the long-term work of the gospel. Cultural orientation. I could read this, but I don't think it's going to help. Okay, so this is a website where you can donate online for me for my missions trip if you want to. There is the website. I'm not sure whether you can see it, but I'll put it in the description. When it comes up, it'll say General Fund there. You just switch that to El Salvador STM. You can enter the amount that you want to put in Canadian dollars right here. Just keep this at one time because I doubt you'll want to switch to regularly. And you just put in your email and continue beyond that and follow the stuff as it says. I'm not sure what's beyond because I have yet to do beyond. So that's that part. On to more. Not sure what else to say at this point. This is a little bit more information. Hopefully in the next week or two, I will, a couple weeks from now, I'll have more information. Hopefully next Saturday afternoon I will be able to do a live stream with the one pastor at my church that is going to be on the team, but he's not leading it. And hopefully that will, again, he'll be able to give a little bit more info and stuff. So I'm going to end at this point.